Well, in the Eastern Cape, Nelson Mandela Bay Mayor Gerald Niekerk has promised the people of Lapland that land for their relocation from the low-lying area has been identified. This after catastrophic floods in the metro displaced thousands. The possible move of the Lapland community to Gerald Smith has, however, been met with hostility. Newzroom Afrika's Sipha Kema joins us from the area which has allegedly been identified to move the people of Lapland. Sipha, good morning to you once again. You seem to be there with residents. What are you hearing from them?
Well, we are in part of Van Rooyen and Gerald Smith area here in Keriga, where the mayor of the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro, Gerald Niekerk, says that he has identified land. But before we get into that, just quickly, briefly, Naledi, we're going to speak to one of the community elders and leaders here. She does not want her identity to be revealed. So we're just going to quickly talk to her about some of the issues here. Now, this is one of the areas that was also affected by floods, where the people will be moved as well. But saying that nothing, I mean, you were just telling me that nothing was done, no one was moved. This area was not reported.
Nothing we've reported. Good morning to you. Nothing was reported at Gerald Smith. This is McCarthy Informal Settlement, and we've been here for 10 years. I'm telling you, the water, as you can see, the school here on top, we were terribly affected by the water that came down here. It wasn't just down here, but the people here at the bottom, they got the most. And if you go through each and every house, you will see there's a hole that everybody dug because the water came in from underneath. And it came as high as your knee. You see, so that the water can run out and into the next house, and another hole, and into the next house, and so it goes. I'm telling you, it was just water. The bedding, the mattresses, everything was wet.
And this community did not receive any form of assistance. I mean, there was no report that came from MacArthur Informal Settlement.
We phoned so many times. We asked them for help. We had a couple of caregivers that came here. Sorry to say it, but it was Muslim people that brought a couple of blankets, just a couple, and just a few food parcels. But most of these people were supposed to go to the NG church here on top to get food parcels and that, but it's like, now you tell me, how do you get your ID when it's so wet in your house? They must bring their ID, they must go register that. That is not a caregiver. A caregiver is, they look at you, you go to them, you ask them what is your problem, and you give them the food.
Now, let's talk about the housing here, ma'am. You were promised houses for a while back, years, but now they're bringing in people from Lapland and said, according to the people of Lapland, the mayor says that they've identified land. Have you heard about that?
When did they? We've been through 2 mayors already. We asked them what we want. We told them what we want. We said, come put in electrical boxes so that we can buy electrical. We've got the letters. And nothing happened up till today. Nothing.
Let's talk about the people of Lapland now being moved in an area just above your informal settlement, where it said the units that they're going to be built, that they're going to build for them, will be here. I hear the community is not happy about that.
Well, the community is not happy about it, and I'm not happy about it. They've got to see to these people first here on McCarthy Informal Settlement. They've been here all the time. They should have said to these people, listen, we're going to give you the structures. They're going to put the structures up for those people. But the thing is, you can't bring Lapland's people down here to us. It's going to be a clash. It's going to be a clash. Then there's going to be a fight every time. So they've got to see to do McCarthy first and then go to Lapland and get another space for them. They can't just bring Lapland here till here at McCarthy. And we can't move to Lapland because it's going to happen. The same thing is going to happen there.
But it seems like this area is also a flood-prone area.
Yeah, it is, especially here at the bottom, because the ground is not level here. So the water is running from the top to the bottom. So I feel actually sorry for the people that's living down here, because they were the most.
And the area that has been identified for Lapland, I believe, is it that area up at the top by the school?
Yeah.
And I hear the community. Let me just bring in the community as well.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Susan Reiters. I want to speak in the capacity of a ward committee member, and my portfolio is human settlements. Here's the challenge that we're having with the decision that was made in our absentia, first of all. Number 2, bringing Ward 45 to Ward 48 is totally contravening and disregarding our current situation as it is. Now, if you speak about the repositioning of relocating those people to Ward 48, now you need to answer us in saying, we've got 824 dwellings here. Where are we going? Because the land is too small for us to be put on our plots or to be repositioned. If you speak about Van Rooyen, you're speaking actually of the open space next to the Civic, because Van Rooyen Street is going right across, and we want that land. Yeah. The land next to the police station is identified for human settlements. We need that land. Right. If you look at another space or plot in Kaba, which is Ward 48, we need to be relocated in the areas where our schools is, our churches is, where we got access to public transport.
Yeah. All right, thank you so much, ma'am. Sorry to cut you off there, but you can hear, Naledi, that the community is rather frustrated regarding the move, but also the fact that they were not even attended to during the floods. The local councillor or the ward councillor failed to actually produce a report and hand it over to the municipality. But with that being said, it seems as though the mayor of the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro is going to sit with the problem here, since he says he's identified land. You're hearing from the community of the area of McCarthy and Van Rooyen saying that that land that has been identified next to the Civic Centre, which is allegedly supposed to be Lapland, that is the land that they want for their temporary structures and their houses to be built on.
Yeah, very interesting, Sipha. Thank you so much for bringing us that story. That's Sipha Kema there speaking to us from the Eastern Cape.